Welcome back, everyone. Nezuko here with another video, another base update. We're also going to talk about some uh, Sinners, and we're going to talk about some Superman. But real quick, I just want to show you what progress is being made. Um, I haven't, I haven't finished my item sorter. In fact, I haven't even started it, but I do have the area excavated, so basically going to come down here and it's going to be wall-to-wall item sorter. So once the guts of the item sorter is enclosed in the chunk, it's not going to be a whole lot of area. So we'll work something out. But like I said, items are going to fall from the very top down here, going to be processed into the item sorter. This chest will be removed. This is just temporary for now. As far as the base, this is going to be a real brief video, y'all. Just a... Oh. Looks like I slept too soon. Like I said, we're going to talk about... Give you a quick update on the base. Made a lot of good progress. Then we're going to talk about some centers. And we've got a very unfortunate rumor that, at least so far, appears to be true. Okay, there's some skeletons over there. I'm just, real quick, I'm just making sure nothing has spawned. Those rainstorms like to generate a bunch of zombies and whatnot, and then that makes my villagers run through portals. Oh, I don't think I've shown you all this. Okay, so I've already started doing a little terraforming as I go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 existing farms, you know, the ones that spawn with villages. Probably have to add a couple more, but all of them I planted wheat, and I've got pumpkins as a light source. The village, once we get the skyscraper done and we get the village all re-terraformed, it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to use traditional and non-traditional buildings. I'm doing potatoes because potatoes you can bake with the lava. You can bake those, and then you take those and you put them in the composter. And on average, every 2 baked potatoes make a piece of bone meal. So great little experience in bone meal system. Honestly, I'd love to automate it, but we'll see. You know, like I said, everything's got to go inside the skyscraper. We have made some progress on the skyscraper. Real quick, I'm going to discuss this. The portals here. This is just to generate a little bit of extra gold. There are 3, 6, there's 12 in all, and they create zombie piglins. Zombie piglins have gold, so they have gold weapons and gold nuggets. So, of course, these will be much more active once we're 100 blocks above them. Now, my crowning achievement so far is this bubble elevator. It does work, and I was shocked to see that you don't actually run out of air. I could have swore that I've drowned in bubble elevators. So if anyone knows when they changed that, or if I'm just dreaming it, maybe I just imagined it, but I could have swore that drowning in a bubble elevator was once a thing, but perhaps not. So, alright, now I'm going to fall and hopefully hit my target. There's a little tiny... Ooh. God, that's scary. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're almost done. Sorry, y'all. This was much more open. I should have said something about that when we were back here. This was much more open and cavernous, but I kind of enclosed it. I also put... Oh, wonderful. Also put some jack-o'-lanterns down there and some torches, lit it up really good, both above and below the water. Just basically so we don't spawn any drowned in there. I don't want anything. Well, I want as little interference with the mob farm as possible, so that's why I did that. But you can still access the cavern underneath the base. So eventually, the skyscraper is eventually probably going to go all the way down to bedrock. I know I said something in a previous video about, um, using bubble elevators to shoot items up to here and then adding them into the collection system. Um, okay. So Sinners just wrapped up its second. I swear I am gonna get the item sort and everything done. I'm gonna work on that a little bit tonight. I just wanted to get this out because I should have reviewed Sinners when I went and saw it opening week, but totally slipped my mind. So I did go see it. I liked it. I, for the life of me, don't understand why it's getting the rave reviews it's getting. I mean, if you like the movie, that's fine. That's wonderful. I personally didn't think it was that great. But then I've seen movies like From Dusk Till Dawn and Lost Boys and whatnot, so it was really nothing really new for me. I've seen a ton of vampire movies. Pretty much every vampire movie there is, to be quite honest. But anyways, so it had a 6% drop from its opening weekend to its second weekend. So it's doing really good. But a lot of the hype surrounding this movie, I just kind of wanted to warn y'all, is being artificially generated. Now, some people, I'm sure, genuinely think this is the greatest movie they've ever seen, but there are so many people claiming it's 10 out of 10. It's amazing. It's a masterpiece, and it just really isn't. It's just really not. But it's not terrible. It's really not terrible. But that said, I just don't want you to go see it. I give very honest reviews. I don't want people to go see it and then be like, oh my God, this is mid, because that's how I felt. I felt like it was a very average movie. Has some good moments. By no means the masterpiece that people are claiming, but I feel that way about all of Coogler's films. I thought Black Panther was okay. Creed was okay. Creed 3 I thought was a little weak. These are all movies that he wrote the story for and directed. So I think he's a serviceable director. I don't think he's the hit machine that people are making him out to be. So, but that's that. That's like my Sinners review, my spoiler-free review. 6 out of 10. Let's say 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5 out of 10. Better than average, but that's it. Now the last thing I want to talk about before I go is, and this is very recent, like within 24 hours, there's a rumor going around, and so far at the time of making this video, it hasn't been contradicted. But the rumor is that there's a scene in James Gunn's Superman where Superman is, down and kind of depressed from all the social media that is bashing him, and it's meant to ape the criticism that the movie is getting, or perhaps the criticism James Gunn himself got. Remember, he was canceled for some tweets he made about 15 years ago. Now, that was about 10 years ago. At the time, he was fired by Disney, and Warner Brothers then hired him to make that god-awful Suicide Squad movie. I know some people love it. Some people say it's the greatest thing ever. I was fighting to keep my eyes open. I was so bored. I'm so over Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I thought she was hot and sexy in the first Suicide Squad, but she's just been very mid and kind of annoying ever since, to be quite honest. But then again, I find Deadpool in large amounts annoying. I have enjoyed his movies, but yeah, he just really grates me the wrong way after a while. I just don't like over the top comedy. I know that makes me a stick in the mud, but whatever. It just is who I am. And anyways, so the rumors with Superman is this. The rumor is that, and this comes from My Time to Shine. I'm going to put the actual tweet up right about now. and let you read for yourself because I'm just paraphrasing off the top of my head. But My Time to Shine, hello, My Time to Shine, uh, says that there's a scene in the movie where apparently Lex Luthor has a pocket dimension and he's got mutated monkeys banging away on typewriters or keyboards, um, basically slandering Superman, which is so stupid and so ridiculous. Like, why would you create it sounds so stupid, honestly. It's probably true. This does sound like something James Gunn would do for shock value, but again, it makes no sense. Why wouldn't you just write a program? Wouldn't that be far easier than creating interdimensional mutated monkeys to slander Superman? God, I hope this isn't true. I wanted to somewhat enjoy this movie, but this is exactly what I was afraid of with James Gunn. I know some people are going to find that hilarious and they're just going to laugh themselves silly. And God love them. I wish I could be one of those people, but I just can't. And, you know, like I said, this is exactly what I was afraid of when I found out James Gunn was making a Superman movie. So let's hope and pray that this isn't true, because if it is, this movie is essentially dead on arrival. We really needed a serious Superman movie. It could be a little campy and fun, in the sense that the Christopher Reeves movie was, a little campy and fun. But if you go back and watch those, the effects may be dated, but that's a very serious movie. So it really wasn't intentionally campy or fun. It was just, the style of the time. So, and that's also a very pre-crisis Superman, which is 40 years old at this point. 40 years plus at this point. So, anyway, yeah, a lot of this grass isn't growing because of the darkness. Things are actually darker than they seem because it's nighttime, but everything appears to be lit up even though it's not. For some reason, like the overworld has a nighttime light level of about 4. So when you like look out on, let me see if I can find a good example. When you look out onto these landforms, you're actually not seeing light level 0. You can see how you can see the water, you can see the trees. You can make everything out because there's actually it's not a real light level, it's just a visual light level of 4. So the light level is actually 0, if you're more than 15 blocks away from a torch. But it appears to be light level 4, even though it's not. So anyways, that's about all the time we got for now. Like I said, cross your fingers. Hope and pray that that rumor is not true. I just wanted to share with y'all. Oh, and one last thing. I am going to, I believe, try releasing a lot of my horror videos, including my Minecraft at Night videos. I'm going to switch to a later time, like 8 p.m., because it is a horror-related channel. We're doing horror playthroughs, walkthroughs, scary free games that you guys can download. And I'm going to be doing more horror-related Minecraft videos. I'm looking into some mods and things. I want to have a more realistic moon, maybe some fog and things like that. Some eerier music, stuff like that. So I'm going to be looking into that, and I think I'm going to try, just for a little while, we're going to try listening to videos around 8 p.m. instead of 8 a.m. Because I think that suits the audience better. Please, chime in with your opinion. If you like that, don't like that, let me know. But thanks y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I promise, there will be some sort of item sorter in place in the next video. I've got pretty much all the materials I need to get a start on it, so I just got to buckle in and do it. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe. And you got any suggestions for a horror game or for this, Minecraft? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely get back to y'all. So. Oh, and final note, I was going to talk about my hair loss and hair regrowth journey. If anybody was interested, I don't think anybody really watched that video when I talked about it, but go watch my last video if you want to see some images. I was pretty much completely bald at one point, and I've since then reestablished most of my hair, maybe like 90% of it. So if you want to see how that was done, or if you're curious at all, let me know in the comments, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.